Hi guys, and welcome back to Unite Students. In today's video I'm going to talk to you all about the healthy side of living at university, as well as talking about the drinking side of things, so including like your social life. One of the first questions that I think a lot of people will have in their minds as they are starting university later in the year is, how will I afford to eat healthily at uni? So one of the first things that you can probably do is actually budget. So it's a good idea to budget out of your monthly allowance. How much money out of this amount do I want to spend on food for the month? So once you've got a rough idea of how much money you know that you can afford to spend on food, then you can go and find the food in the supermarkets or at a farmer's market and work out what you can buy for the amount of money that you've allowed yourself. For me personally, I would normally try and spend maybe £30 about every 2 weeks at Aldi. Aldi is a great supermarket. Everything's really low price. There's nothing really too branded. There's not really that many branded items. So you know everything is cheap and affordable, but it's also quite good quality. So in terms of eating healthily, I would say, depending on your diet, so whether you are a full-on meat eater, whether you're a vegetarian, whether you're a vegan, you can try and work around it. So for me personally, I'm a meat eater. So one way that I would try and eat a bit more healthily was to increase my fruit and veg content and try and decrease my meat content a little bit. I would still be eating meat maybe a couple of times a week. So I managed to work around cooking meals that were cheap and affordable, but also super healthy and had loads of nutrition in them. So I would say a couple of meals that I know are quite affordable would be a classic spaghetti bolognese. So you've obviously got your meat, which you can obviously substitute with corn mince or something else. And then you've got tin tomatoes, which are super affordable by maybe 20-30p for a tin. And then you've got like your veggies, so you can put in onions, you can put in mushrooms, carrots, peas even, maybe celery. You can add in more veg content into your meals. And another thing that I did when I came to uni was I actually substituted some products for whole meal versions. So they were even healthier options of what I was already eating before, and it's still just as delicious. I upped my fruit intake. So before I came to uni, I was never really a huge fruit eater. I did like it, but I would find it was always maybe a bit too expensive for me to buy too much of. So recently, over the last couple of months, as things are coming more into season and more of the fruits that I like are coming into season, everything actually works out a bit cheaper because they're cheaper and they're more affordable for them to get transported to the supermarkets. So one of the fruits that I like is strawberries, raspberries and blueberries. Now in Aldi, and I'm only talking about Aldi only because that's where I shop, I don't really shop anywhere else. So recently they've been doing a few offers where you could have got a punnet of strawberries for 96p, blueberries for, I think it was £1.60, and I think they reduced it a little bit as well, but I can't remember the exact price on that either. And then a punnet of raspberries, I think, for maybe £1.24. I basically just bought the cheaper versions of them and would eat them, and I would incorporate them into smoothies. So sometimes I would incorporate frozen raspberries and frozen mango because it was cheaper to buy them frozen than fresh. Bananas, I would also sometimes put in porridge oats into smoothies because it was a good way of bulking up the smoothie and it would help keep me fuller for longer basically. My second point is, are there any affordable ways of keeping fit at university or college? The answer to that I would say is yes. So some people may have a gym membership at home and they're going to a different city and they're like, well, can I afford a gym membership here? I suppose it depends on whose gym membership you're with. So as long as there is, say, a gym of the same brand that you're with back home in your new city or wherever your accommodation is, if you can transfer your membership to there, that's great. If it was affordable for you back home, try and stick with it. Personally for me, I didn't go to a gym before I moved to university, and I don't have a membership, so I never had a membership before I came to university and I don't at the minute. So the gym that I go to is part of the University of Strathclyde, so the prices in there are really affordable. So for me, basically what I ended up doing through the last sort of 6 months or so was basically every time I decided to go to the gym, I would just pay for me to go to the gym for that one time. So that worked out at £5. So every time I went to the gym, I would pay £5 to use the gym. Or if I used the swimming pool and the sauna, it would be another £5 for me. I know for some people there is other gym memberships. I think Pure Gym are quite good. They do a student offer. I think it's maybe $14.99 a month. I don't know if that's just for Glasgow based or if it's across the UK, but that would be something that you'd have to look into. Another way is looking at your university or even your college, looking at what sports clubs they have on offer. I am part of the badminton club at college. So at the start of the year, I paid £15. That £15 covered me for any of the sports clubs that I wanted to go to. So I could go to badminton and I could go to basketball, I could go to football, I could be part of the dance club if I wanted to. And all of that would come under this one set of £15 that I paid at the start of the year. So that £15 covered me for the entire year. If that was me going to the gym, that would have only been 3 gym sessions. Whereas I could go to badminton and I could take part in other societies at the college for £15 for the entire year. Another way that you can sort of keep fit at university, go out running, join some like running clubs, take part in some races. Yes, some of them may have a slight fee to them in order to do it, but another great way of keeping fit, you can go running. It doesn't cost you anything. As long as you have decent running shoes and sports gear, you're fine, you know. You just need to go outside, find a route and run it. So running is a good way of keeping fit. Another way is if you're not necessarily keen on running and you don't really want to join a gym, work out in your room. So there are so many videos on YouTube and so many people on even Instagram who are fitness people. So working out at home for free is a perfect way of keeping fit because it doesn't cost you anything. So one of the last points I kind of want to bring up, and I touched on this at the very start of the video when I introduced it, was talking about drinking at university or college. The question that I've got is, I don't really drink and I'm worried that I won't be able to get along with people. What do I do? Before I started college, I was a little bit of a drinker. I wasn't obsessive. It was more of it's a social aspect. So if I'm out at an event, I would have a couple of drinks. Or if I was meeting friends, I would have a few drinks. But I wasn't the sort of person who would be out every weekend getting hammered and getting really drunk by chugging down so many drinks and doing that every weekend of the year. So when it came for me coming here, I was like, okay, I'm a bit of a drinker, I'm quite social, but I'm not the person to go out every weekend. I've been on a couple of night outs since I've been at university with flatmates or with college friends. I've been out with some of my best friends from home and a few other people as well, but for me, drinking was never going to be a bit of a worry, so I wasn't worried about going out. Like the first time going out, I was a little nervous because I was like, I'm with people that don't really know. I don't really know what they're necessarily like when they're drunk, because you know, people act differently when they're drunk than when they're sober. So that was, for me, a little bit of a worry, but I had nothing to worry about. Everyone was super friendly. If you're out there and you're watching this and you're like, I don't really drink, can I still like take part in stuff? Absolutely. Of course you can. Like, there's nothing to be worried about. You know, if you don't drink, you can still join in like pre-drinks, but you can just stay on like soft drinks, so you can have like Coke and Fanta and lemonade. People aren't really going to judge you a huge amount. If they do, then you don't really want to be friends with them people. Even if you're going out to a club or a bar, you know, you can still get soft drinks or you can have water or whatever that you fancy. So it's nothing really to be worried about, but it's still something that you can do and you can go out and enjoy. And to be honest, you don't always have to go out and drink every weekend. You don't have to go out to every single party that you know people are going to. There's other ways that you can have fun at university, especially if you don't drink. You know, you can try and make your flatmates go out with you and do something fun. Like you could go bowling, you could do an escape room, you could go to a trampoline park if that's your kind of thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this from Unite students in the future. Bye!